You know, this is the type of case where the death penalty is going to have to be really looked at. If he's eligible for the death penalty, the district attorney's office is going to go for the death penalty.
We received new details on a series of shootings in northeast Mississippi that left 6 people dead, including a child, and police believe one man is responsible. The suspected shooter, 24-year-old Dericka Moore, is in custody. Investigators say the first shooting happened at a home Friday night. The sheriff's office says Moore allegedly shot and killed his brother, his father, and his uncle. He then allegedly stole his brother's pickup and drove to a second home. Investigators say Moore then broke into the home and tried to sexually assault someone inside. He then allegedly shot and killed a 7-year-old girl who reportedly was Moore's second cousin. Moore then drove to a third location where sheriff's deputies discovered the bodies of 2 men, one of whom was a pastor.
Once again, I bet you are wondering how we got here. This video contains discussion of real-life violence and harm to children, which some viewers may find disturbing. Viewer discretion is strongly advised. This video may include images, audio, or video clips used for educational and commentary purposes under Section 107 of the U.S. Copyright Act, fair use. January 9th, 2026. What began as a quiet Friday night in Clay County, Mississippi, quickly became one of the most tragic nights in recent memory. In the rural community of Cedar Bluff, a deadly shooting spree claimed 6 lives and left a devastated community searching for answers. Authorities say 24-year-old Dericka M. Moore is the suspect in a mass shooting that spanned 3 separate locations, killing 6 people, including 4 of his own relatives. According to law enforcement, Moore allegedly started at his family's mobile home on David Hill Road, where his father, brother, and uncle were shot and killed. He then allegedly took his brother's truck and drove to a second home on Blake Road. There, he forced his way inside, attempted to commit a sexual assault, and shot his 7-year-old cousin. Finally, he traveled to a third residence where 2 more victims, a local pastor and his brother, were fatally shot. Law enforcement intercepted Moore just before midnight at a police roadblock after a manhunt that involved dozens of local, state, and federal agencies. He was taken into custody without incident and booked into the Clay County Jail on multiple counts of first-degree murder. Prosecutors are expected to upgrade the charges to capital murder, and the district attorney has indicated
if he's eligible for the death penalty, the district attorney's office is going to go for the death penalty. There's some cases just that they've got to get the worst punishment. They've got to get the worst punishment.
Heartbreak in Clay County tonight. 6 people murdered, 3 different crime scenes. A family executed in cold blood by one of their own. This is the 3rd mass shooting in Clay County since 2023 and one of Mississippi's deadliest mass shootings in recent history. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Emily Leonard. We have a lot of new information to share with you tonight. Some of it is disturbing. All of it is just heartbreaking. Let's get to the very latest information. This is the man investigators say is responsible for the violence and the bloodshed. 24-year-old Dericka Moore. He's behind bars tonight, accused of murdering 6 people. 4 of Moore's victims were his own family. One of the victims was a 7-year-old girl. Moore will go before a judge in Clay County Monday. He is charged with first-degree murder, but we expect that charge to be upgraded to capital murder within the next 48 hours. We have team coverage tonight on this shooting rampage and a special edition of WTVA 9 News. Our Michelle Martin interviewed Clay County Sheriff Eddie Scott earlier today. Tanaya McQueen has an exclusive interview with the mother of one of the victims, and Wayne Herford is also in Clay County. He spoke with the members of the community about this tragedy. Let's first go to Michelle, who has all of the details on what happened Friday night.
Yeah, Emily, Sheriff Eddie Scott and his team of investigators have investigated a lot of horrible crimes over these years, but this one has to be the most disturbing case that has ever happened in this community. This is just something that investigators in the community say that they're just struggling to grasp and understand how this level of violence can happen in their own backyard. This violent rampage happened on Friday night. This all happened in several locations near West Point. The area is in the Griffith and Cedar Bluff communities. 24-year-old Dericka Moore is first accused of killing 3 relatives inside of a home on David Hill Road. The victims were essentially executed, all of them shot in the head. The sheriff says Moore killed his father, Glenn Moore, his brother, Quentin Moore, and then his uncle, Willie Gewins. Moore then stole a truck and drove to another home on Blake Road. It was there, deputies say, Moore forced his way inside. The sheriff says Moore tried to sexually assault someone in that home, and then he shot and killed, allegedly, a 7-year-old girl. That girl was Moore's cousin. Moore took off traveling to a third location on Silam Griffith Road. When investigators arrived there, they found the stolen truck hidden behind the house, signs of forced entry, and then 2 more victims inside, 2 men shot in the head. The victims were identified as Barry Bradley and Samuel Bradley. One of them was a well-known pastor. Moore was caught and taken into custody at a roadblock. He is charged with first-degree murder. What investigators still don't know, and what continues to just trouble this community, is why.
This guy has not been on our radar. We have not had any reports, anything prior leading up to this. So what his state of mind was, what was going on with him, that's part of the investigation right now.
You know, this is the type of case where the death penalty is going to have to be really looked at. If he's eligible for the death penalty, the district attorney's office is going to go for the death penalty. There's some cases just that they've got to get the worst punishment. They've got to get the worst punishment. 6 people, one night, several different scenes. You've heard the allegations. They're about as bad as it gets.
Dericka Moore will have a preliminary hearing on Monday in West Point. Sheriff Eddie Scott says those charges will be upgraded to capital murder. Coming up here shortly, I will be talking to Sheriff Eddie Scott live to talk about what's moving forward with this case and what is planning to get justice for the families that are involved. Live in Clay County, Michelle Martin, WTVA 9 News.
It really is a sad situation. I really don't know what the causing of this. We all just need prayer at this time.
We all lift our hearts in prayer for the victims and families. Again, this is really, really shaking our community. And for me, you know, almost 30 years in this is one of the toughest ones we had to work.
Mental illness, that's something serious that we as a family should take, try to check on our people because, like I said, we really don't know what happened and what the situation is, but it was just a family dispute, and we asking for prayer.
But I tried to do all I, can to help her, to save her. But I couldn't, and that's weighing heavy on my heart.
As we mentioned, one of the 6 victims was a child. 7-year-old Michaela Gewin was shot in the head at that second location. The little girl's family, as you would imagine, just heartbroken. WTVA's Tanaya McQueen talked to Michaela's mother, who says part of her died when she lost her child that night. Tanaya is live in West Point with her emotional interview.
There's just not enough words to describe the pain that LaShonda Gewins must be dealing with. Little Michaela was so happy, so bright, and full of so much joy, and she brought so much life into their home. And now this family is left to deal with a loss that no one can understand. Now, LaShonda Gewins was actually at that home when everything happened. They live on Blake Road. It was a place the family felt safe. It was their sanctuary, but that peace was shattered just last night. Now, LaShonda's cousin, Dericka Moore, is accused of murdering her daughter. LaShonda says she actually saw her child die right in front of her other 2 children, a heartbreak no mother should ever have to experience.
I can't help but to feel like, I could have did more. But I tried to do all I, can to help her, to save her. But I couldn't. And that's weighing heavy on my heart because, it might have been more. What if I did this and what if I did that? It would have been, a better outcome. But I just don't know. I tried.
The family is now focused on remembering and honoring little Michaela's life. They're asking for prayers tonight as they deal with this unimaginable heartbreak. Tonight at 10, I'll share more of this emotional interview, and I'll talk to the little girl's grandfather, and I'll have how he now has to hold this family all together after this unimaginable loss. Live in Clay County, Tanaya McQueen, WTVA 9 News.
Yo, man, you killed 6 people?
Huh?
Did you kill 6 people, sir?
Nah.
Huh?
13. They just...
You killed 13?
13 people.
Okay. Why'd you do it?
The 7 of my... Dude.
Our sincere condolences goes out to the family and loved ones. As the investigation continues, the families of the victims and the entire community are left wrestling with grief and the unanswered question, why? If you'd like to stay updated as this case develops, make sure to subscribe, hit the notification bell, and leave your thoughts in the comments below.